Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we'll be taking a look at the Galaxy Tab S7. So hope you enjoy the video. Let's get straight into that. Okay, let's start with the design of the Galaxy Tab S7. So this is quite a bit different to the design of the Tab S6. It's a full metal body, so it feels very solid in the hand, and these brushed finish in the sides, they make this look really premium. So there's that, and now it also has a fingerprint reader on the side, whereas the Tab S7 Plus has it in display. This on the side. But yeah, the in display one is good for when it's lying down on the surface, but this is like extremely fast. Let me just show you guys. Okay, so here it is. Check that out. That is instantaneous. Like there's no lag whatsoever. You turn around. Wow, that is so satisfying. Honestly, it's really fast is what I'm trying to get out of this. And now you can also see in the sides there's your fingerprint reader, volume rocker, and the power button on the same side. This doubles as a power button. And on this side you have your magnets for the book cover case, which we'll get onto later. On the bottom you have a USB Type-C port, and you have stereo speakers which are tuned by AKG, and there's a microphone right up there. Coming to the back, you can see that there is a dual camera layout with a flash. There's this nicely thought out slot for the S Pen. It kind of goes with the design with this tablet, and it just clicks into place right there. And it says Samsung right over there, tuned by AKG, of course. You can also see the bands, because this is a LTE variant. So yeah, there's that. And there's also a slot for micro SD card in this, which is good for people who edit a lot and use this as their main computer. This variant right here, it has 6 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of storage, which is expandable. Now the tablet itself is like really thin. It's just 6.3 mm and it weighs like around 500 grams. So it's really thin, and there is no flex to it whatsoever. Like you try bending it, there's absolutely no flex. It feels very premium and very solid in the hand. So yeah, the design is really good, feels very premium in the hand, and this is exactly what we wanted from Samsung. Now let's get on with the display of the Galaxy Tab S7. So the S7 comes with 11-inch display, and it's kind of a weird aspect ratio. We've never seen this on tablets before. It's a 16:10 aspect ratio, but Samsung is definitely intending this to go in landscape mode, and this is really good for landscape mode because watching content and everything else is that much better with this aspect ratio. And this year Samsung has moved from their Super AMOLED displays from the last year's Tab S6, and this is an LCD display, which means the blacks are not as deep, but this is definitely a really good display. Like there's no doubt about that. And the reason why they've done that is to move to the 120 Hz refresh rate, and that is amazing. Like the 120 Hz, it feels so smooth. Like I can't really show you guys on camera, but in person this feels really smooth and snappy, and it just makes that much of a better experience with a bigger screen than the ones on the phones. So it's really good. And also moving to LCD, they have still somehow kept the HDR, so you can go and watch HDR videos on your Tab S7. So that's kind of nice. And the Samsung panel, obviously very nice. You can go wrong with that. Samsung makes the best displays in the market. So yeah, also one more thing is, this is kind of hard to keep clean. It's really hard. Like it is a fingerprint magnet. Just look, with those few touches there are already some fingerprints. So this is gonna take a while for me to get this charged. nice and clean for the video, but you know, overall display, thumbs up from my side. Really good display. So the cameras of the Galaxy Tab S7 on the back. So there's a 13 megapixel main camera and a 5 megapixel ultra wide and a flash, and the front camera is not over here where you'd expect it to be in normal tablets. It's up here, which is very clever on Samsung side. So while you're doing video calls, you're more centered and it looks more natural when you're looking at the screen rather than having it over here, and it's a weird angle. So this is a really good move. Kudos Samsung. And this is a 8 megapixel sensor. So the cameras on this are, it's good for a tablet, no doubt about that. And yeah, so the camera app by itself is pretty good actually. There's many modes even on this thing. Like if you go in here, there's like, you got panorama, you got pro mode, there's single take, so there's a lot of modes. You can even do like time lapse on this, hyperlapse, what Samsung calls it. You have live focus. So yeah, the camera app is pretty good. Now there is one thing that I did notice with this camera, and that is the noise. There's quite a bit of noise, but then again, who really uses their camera on their tablet for taking decent pictures? And yeah, this is mostly for video calls. I don't know for what you'd use this. If you guys do use the cameras on your tablet, please let me know in the comments below, because I honestly don't know when I never use the cameras on a tablet. So please let me know if you guys do in the comments down below. But there's the cameras are pretty good. So yeah, it can shoot 4K 30 frames per second, which is nice. But then again, cameras on tablets, I don't know. So there's the cameras. Now let's move on to the batteries of the Galaxy Tab S7. So the S7, this one, it has an 8000 mAh battery, and the S7 Plus has a 10,000 mAh battery. Now the batteries, this tablet does support 45 watt fast charge, super fast charge, but it does take a while to charge up with the 18 watt charger which ships in the box with these things. But then again, big batteries, I'm okay with that. If it takes a while to charge but lasts for longer, that's good. And the batteries, they do last. Like this thing lasts like about 14 hours on one charge, which is really good actually for a tablet, and definitely beats the iPad Pro by a lot. So battery life definitely good. Now to charge, yeah, then again, big battery life. Charging is not that fast, but yeah, battery life really good. Samsung, appreciate that. So yeah, there's the battery life. That's about it. Now let's move on to the most important part of buying an Android tablet. Now, as you guys saw, everything that I told about this tablet right now is really good. But when you are switching from an iPad, which most people have right now, there is some things to know on an Android tablet, and the main thing is software. That's what has been keeping them back, because the software is not really that optimized on Android tablets. But okay, this one right here, it runs on Android 10 and Samsung One UI 2.5. So that's the latest that Samsung could have given. They didn't give the Android 11, but that's okay. Hopefully it will be coming in a software update soon. But yeah, the One UI and I personally like One UI. I know some people don't, and it's kind of a love or hate thing, but if you like it, then you like it. You like this tablet as well. If you hate it, then it's not changing your impression, because it's One UI. It's nice, colorful, bright colors, and yeah, that's how One UI is. I like it. You may not. But the software experience overall is a mixed bag. So some things are kind of nice and some things not that much. Some apps, for example, there's this one thing that I just realized, is that The camera app on this, for some reason, it's always in portrait mode, like every single time. Like, check this out, okay? I'm in landscape mode. Like normally whatever I opens up in landscape, for example YouTube. Now if I open the camera app, it just switched into portrait. So I don't know why that is. Very very weird, but I'm sure Samsung will fix it. I guess it's just a bug. We'll just wait for another software update. But the main thing is not that many apps are really optimized for an Android tablet experience. So some apps work really well. Example, YouTube. If you open YouTube, it works really well. But some other apps, not that good. I don't have any apps that don't work that well on this. Okay, there's this wallpaper thing which kind of goes into portrait all the time. But yeah, some are really good for this aspect ratio. Then again, some are not, because Android mostly phones. But that's the main thing. And I'm sure like once Samsung makes the next generation, which is going to be even better than this, people are going to start developing apps which work better, and then we should probably see a way more improvement in this. But as of right now, some apps do work well, some don't. So that's just what you have to keep in mind while buying an Android tablet. Okay, so now let's get into the S Pen. And the first thing that I really want to appreciate Samsung is that they give this in the box. Now if you want to buy an Apple Pencil, that's like another 8,000 rupees over, and also really expensive iPad. But the Galaxy Tab, they give it in the box. Samsung, really well done, appreciate that. So the S Pen is now reduced to 9 millisecond latency, which is really good, and you can actually feel it. Like you can actually feel the latency. If you open the Notes app and just add a quick note, let's go into this, and you guys can see for yourselves, it is like there's zero lag. There's no lag at all. So really good. So I love the S Pen. There's no lag. It's really good for artists who want to draw on this. You can get some really good drawings with this, and trust me, I have tried it. So the S Pen, really good. The 9 millisecond latency helps a lot. Now also you get all the other things with an S Pen, like got air view. You can hover over things and know what that is. Kind of, but yeah, you get smart select screen, right? You get all of those things. So yeah. But yeah, the S Pen, really good. It charges in the back right here. It's magnetic, so it magnetically slides into place and it charges. And yeah, it's very comfortable to use because it's rounded. There is a little flat surface, which is it's actually nice. So if you keep it on the table, it doesn't roll all over the place like the Apple Pencil. So yeah, and it also stays there much better. Now there are magnets, as I mentioned, in the sides, so you can keep it up there if you want. So in case you're working on something and you don't want to reach up to the back, you can just leave it up here. It'll stay well. It's not fallen. So yeah, magnets there. Guess the bottom would work too. Yeah. So you can store it either on the top or bottom. But yeah, it charges. It gives you a little indication right there. What's the battery of your Galaxy S Pen? So yeah, the S Pen, really good for people who actually use it, and I actually found myself using it a lot more than often. So yeah, I do some things and it's really fun. Like the 9 millisecond latency makes a difference. So S Pen, great. Okay, so now let's get into the real stuff. So if you buy a Galaxy Tab S7, you would want to buy this. or else it's just 50% complete. So this right here is the book cover case for the Tab S7. It's also there for the S7 Plus. So what you do right here basically is this one magnetically sticks on, which is, by the way, Samsung, did you really need this much time to make this? Because last year's model there was some stupid adhesive that you gotta stick, and then when you remove it, it's like stained up, and that's just not nice. So at least they improved it this year. That's good. And you just stick this on the back like that. It magnetically snaps into place, and you have this nice little cover for your S Pen so that you never lose it. And you can just, there we go. So yeah, there's that. And this is the keyboard for it. As you can see, there's like magnets down here with 2 pins. They're like 2 tabs, and over here there's a magnet and the 2 tabs. So you just kind of attach them like that, and now you can just get this back, and there you go. So you have like a tablet working thing. You get a cursor, and the trackpad itself is really nice. It is a multi-touch trackpad, so you have just gestures and whatnot, and you can slide between screens. It's kind of cool. And the keys are very clicky. They're clickety clackety keys. They work very well, just like a tablet. And I mean, my bad, I keep saying tablet, just like a laptop. These are like proper keys. So there's that. And it's nice to type on. Now there is no backlighting, which I would want to see on the next generation. So, but okay, never mind. So this works really well, but backlighting, yeah. The trackpad itself really nice, and yeah. So the keyboard is good. Now it's no magic keyboard, and there's no like slot where you can charge it and stuff, but the side is open anyway, so you can charge it. So I don't think that's a downside, but yeah. Now also another thing, whoa, where did this snap up? Another thing is the texture on this. It's really nice. It's like a soft touch, and it's got this kind of leathery look, I guess you guys can see. So but anyway, the soft touch, it's really nice. I like it. And it gets dirty, so yeah. And also one more thing I wish Samsung improves is, I hope they put a magnet somewhere over here and over here as well, because this is just like, what? But yeah, so if you're carrying it around, it kind of just keeps moving there. So that's one thing I wish Samsung improves in the next version. But this is good. The keyboard cover, the book cover case is what they call it. So it's really nice. So well done, Samsung. That's been it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be sure to catch you guys on the next one. Smash that like and subscribe button. Peace.